She dances on the moon. Her spirit lifts up with the tune, spreading kindness around the room. She's Katie Moonchild.
Hey, everybody. Yeah, hi. Good to see you all. I don't know about you, but I've been spending a lot of time thinking about what used to be and who I used to be. Yeah, we'll talk. Hi. Welcome. But you're going, where'd you go? Where'd you go? It's good to see everybody. Good to see you all. Welcome, Dolly. Give everybody a chance to come in. Been in a weird mood today. I don't know about you guys. It's not like I'm depressed or my energy is bleh. And it's been that way for a couple days. It's like I have to force myself to do stuff. And it's crazy because every time I give in and I do something, I'm really happy with what I did. It's like, what's going on? Anyway, yeah. Spent my weekend doing things like laundry and nesting stuff. And I really realized how much I really do appreciate and am grateful for my home. I may not have the best neighbors, but I do. I don't have neighbors that have wild, ruckus parties and, where somebody has to call the cops all the time. Police show up here, everybody going, oh, it's a cop car. What's going on? You want to bring people out of their houses? Have a police car drive down the street. It's not because they're not present. It's just we don't have to call them. And it's a good neighborhood. It's a safe neighborhood. So anyway, part of my gratitude today is in knowing that it's okay. If you really want to check out what you used to have, go ahead and look. Go ahead and look at the way it used to be. And really look at it. Don't look at your propped up memories of it. Look at it. Look at where you come from. Look where we have come from. Pretty awesome, I think. We're not quite there. We're a long ways from there. But look where we have come from. And I know it doesn't seem that way because it seems kind of weird. Because it's different. But different's good. Different is a good thing. Because we were stuck in same. You put on that old shirt and that hat from the life you had before. And you step into it and you go, how did I do this? Oh, you just got the notification. So today they're going slow. That's okay. Mercury and lemonade, as Denise would say. Denise Knight says, is over. It's done. Although we are in the shadow right now. It's okay. You're grateful you have a single-story house. You have a basement. Yeah. And you have a young man who lives there that when times get where you guys can't get down the stairs to go to the basement, maybe he'll show up to help you. Hi, Fatima. Wow, you're quick. Notification just went out and there she is. Good to see you, love. Good to see you. Yeah. Here I don't have an attic or a basement. And it's all one floor, all on a cement slab. We have the kind of dirt we have here. We have a lot of clay in the soil, but it's not like Georgia clay. Georgia clay or normal clay that's in the soil, you think of it as hard to dig because it sticks to your shovel and it's sticky and your plants don't like going through the roots of it because it's sticky. Well, the plants don't like going through this stuff. It's because it's like that clay is when it gets dried out. This stuff is like concrete. You literally have to use a jackhammer or a backhoe to get through it. It's called caliche. And yeah, it's something else. So we just, unfortunately, that's not a wise way to think in this part of the world because it's cool in the ground. It's hot up here on the surface. Half our houses should be underground. Although, Earth ships aren't necessarily underground and they manage to keep a perfect temperature 24/7, 365. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. And they build there's several of those between here in New Mexico, um, out there in the desert, Earth ships, where they build the great big gorgeous houses out of old tires and cans and bottles and yeah. Yes. Yeah. Always at least 10 degrees cooler. I know when you live in the mountainous area of Arizona, where the soil's a little different, you have a little more sandstone, flagstone like you put in your patio. That's all over the place here, in the northern part of the state. And that stuff that's a whole nother thing to dig through, but all you need is a pickaxe because it crumbles. It's like, I was watching a guy yesterday was calling it shale, and I was laughing. No, it's sandstone. It's sandstone where the sediment layers of sand are so thin that they're really thin layers on top of itself. Because if you notice, I don't know if you guys use sandstone in your patios, um, it's not real great for freezing and thawing. So if you live where it's cold, like Dolly, you probably don't see a lot of flagstone in patios, but because it flakes, it crumbles. But that's what part of what gives it its character for your patio. It's also part of what catches your toe and makes you fall when you're older. But it's a patio, not your house. Yeah. Well, in the South, before we had central air, we'd sleep in the basement to stay cool. In the deep South, they have screened in porches, and a lot of those are up on the roof or on the top of. That's why you see plantation houses that would have a porch on the top level where there really isn't any bedroom, but that's where everybody would sleep. It's all screened in. Get your sheets wet, the one that you put over the top of you. Get that damp, go to sleep um, up there because that's the only way to keep cool. Can you imagine? I can't imagine living in an area like this without air conditioning. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I've been planning and thinking on things I want to do. I'm going to put some money into this house. I'm not leaving. I'm going to be here, so I might as well make it a place for you all to come, do Gem Show, do Tombstone, do Phoenix, do Sedona. You can use this as a home base if you want to. I think it would be a lot of fun. Hi, Teresa Levine, my dear. Good to see you. Yeah, sleeping porches. Very, very common in the South. Um, Actually, I've considered, I have a carport right behind me, right here, that is probably this much lower. The roof is this much lower than the roof on the rest of the house. And I was thinking that carport would be the perfect place to put in a sleeping porch with a spiral staircase to go up there and to sleep at night. And I'm going, yeah, right. You live in the middle of a big city. That's a real safe place to be. Sleeping outside alone. I don't think so. Anyway, you guys. Oh, I'm glad to see so many people. Your bedroom is also in the basement? Well, here, that would be a major blessing because we don't have basements. I love basements. Basements are fun. I like basements because you don't know if it's daytime or nighttime, and I'm a moon child, so you can pretend it's nighttime all day if you want to. Oh dear. Well, I went ahead and was I always shuffle my cards, all the decks that I have planned laid out here to use, and just to get my energy on the cards and stuff before we start. And some of them I decide to go ahead and keep some of the cards that jump out. It's like Spirit saying, okay, you're shuffling, here we go. So since this is the last week of the mindfulness challenge, it's kind of interesting. Our 100 mindfulness prompts card for today. I forgot to give you the nighttime one last time, and I see this is giving me a shadow across my face. Hey, hi. Anyway, the mindfulness card for this week. Nothing is as important as you think it is while you are thinking about it. When you're connected to your ego and you're concerned about something, you're thinking about whatever it is you're concerned about. How far do you go in your thinking? Do you go into the panic mode, the worry mode? You're a little more than concerned. If you do that, understand it's never as serious as you're making it out to be. It's your mind trying to get you set up for fight or flight in case you need it. And you don't. You don't. If you're overwhelmed today, take 3 deep breaths. Consider, yeah, consider the importance of your circumstances. How imminent is it? I mean, is it going to take food off your table? Maybe you ought to jump on it. If it's going to take the roof over your head, off of, put you in a position where you're nervous. Hi, Jenny! Where you're, afraid of losing your home. Yeah, you got to jump on that stuff. But yet at the same time, understand you may go ahead and lose your home, but there's a better thing out there. And the in between, the losing and the better thing is the hard part. And that's the part we're all scared of, is the hard part. Nobody wants to deal with stuff that's hard. We're Americans. We like the easy life. We're spoiled. But even people that aren't Americans don't choose for what the stuff they're having to deal with too in the rest of the world. Dolly and I yesterday had some really good conversations about what's going on in the Middle East and why we're even over there. I have to say the last 2 weeks, the Air Force Base here has been quite active. And that always makes me nervous. Certain times of the year, yes, we have training that goes on here. We have other countries that will come and use our facilities. As you know, Saudi Arabia is one. Come and use our facilities to train. And when I first moved here in the 1980s, it was not unusual certain times of the year to see a Russian MiG in the air above the city. But that's because they were here to train. Yeah. Hello, whose brilliant idea that was, I don't know. Anyway, that's just my personal opinion. But when I start seeing helicopters, like every day, I wake up and pay attention. Because there's only 2 reasons I see a lot of helicopters. It's either a flood, and they're National Guard helicopters. Yeah. Ah, okay. That makes sense. They're either National Guard helicopters or they're Border Patrol. And when I'm talking helicopters, I'm talking like Nighthawks and I can't remember the big Yes, like from the movie Apocalypse Now, where the guys are all hanging out all over the place of those big, great big helicopters. They move troops. Those things fly over here. They try not to fly over the city proper, but I used to work at a place that was underneath the flight pattern of the uh, part of the Air Force Base that's National Guard. And some of the things that would B-52s would fly over, and we go outside because either the building would be just shaking like a machine gun. I mean, the windows rattle, the doors are rattling. What the hell's going down the street? Because it's a really busy street out front too. And no, it's a B-52 coming in for a landing, and he would be so low. You're praying that those landing gear cleared the telephone lines. Yeah. It's an interesting place when you live near an Air Force base that is big as Davis-Monthan Air Force Base in Tucson, Arizona. It's big. It's not like some of these others, but with this war, we store a lot of airplanes here that they use in war, and you know, I agree, Fatima. I agree. I mean, for instance, the American thing in me, that old we're the winners. We go to war, we win. Yeah, that's what we did in Vietnam, huh? No, no. Most of the stuff we get involved in, we don't win anymore. We don't have any business getting involved. But anyway, I used to be one of these that was, you cross my country, you cross me kind of person. And a patriot. And it hit me yesterday as I was watching a short of the A-10 Warhog. That's what's stationed here. Those planes, this is the headquarters for them. I swear they can shoot the eyeballs out of people sitting in cars from 50 feet above them. They come in super quiet, super low, and it's like their guns. They have missiles that they're watching. I'm watching on this thing, and it's like a video game, only it's in monochrome, black and white. It's not even black and white. It's like black and silvery gray. It's creepy. Creepy. And the gunner shoots one, target one, aloft, or whatever they say. Then he looks at another one, target two aloft, target three aloft. By he got the time he got target three, the missile hit target one in the water. And what it is a cargo ship. And pirates, little small pirate ships around the cargo ship, getting ready to hijack that cargo ship. It's probably an aid ship, who knows, getting ready to hijack the cargo ship. And that A-10 comes in, and he's blowing those pirate boats out of the water, literally. Just water going up in the air. Nothing left. And I'm going, whoa, look at that power. And as he flies over the cargo ship, he goes like this, almost upside down to go back around. And that's when he shot off a whole bunch of bullets, and they all hit in the water, all around the boat, all around the cargo ship. And I took that as though he was telling the cargo ship, we've got your back, because he was going back around to the pirates again to see what was left. The first one hit, and I went, yeah, look at the power of that plane. Oh my gosh. And then I went, yeah, if they're coming over for you as the enemy, good God, that's a terrifying thought. And then I went, whoa, that's not just a boat getting blown out of the water. That's people dying. And the silence that came over me, we got to stop war. It's got to go. I haven't felt like this since we got involved in Iraq. When we first got involved in Iraq, I cried every day for the innocent people. Yeah, they were Hellfire missiles. For the innocent people who are going to die. Now, no, those pirates, I'm sure those were Houthi pirates because that was the whole point of the video. Because it was the Persian Gulf. But that whole thing is such a horrible thing. And I haven't covered it on this. But today I thought if you guys wanted to, this can kind of be a vent day if you want. Venting is part of uplifting. No, I don't want to bring us down because of all of that. But maybe if we start out talking about these things that are hard to talk about, we can turn the end of the hour into personal card readings. So right now, if you want a card reading, let me know so I can do the list. And we're already 20 minutes in. So, well, starting with that mindfulness card, nothing in life is as important as you think it is while you're thinking about it. All that stuff in the Middle East that's going on right now is terrible. It's horrible. But if we worry about it, yes, you can, Teresa. Yes, you can, Dolly. If we worry about that and we focus on that, what might happen, the ifs, the what ifs, we give power and our energy to the what ifs. And we can't do that. We don't want the what ifs to be our reality. And if we manifest what we focus on. So if you're focused on what you're afraid of, first of all, you're stuck in flow. Flow's going all around you. It's not going through you. It's not helping you grow. It's not flushing stuff out like it's supposed to. And the big thing I'm also hearing a lot from all of us, because we want justice. We've been waiting for justice so long for all of these people who are really threatening to take our lives away, our way of life. And some of us who are outspoken, like I am, all over social media about social injustice, you know, some of us could end up with a price on our head. And you know what? I'll walk proudly because I don't speak out unless I'm willing to die for a cause. That's part of being an Aquarius. I'll let it go by and let it go by and think and watch and form my cause opinion, whether it's worth it or not. And if I decide it's worth it, you can't move this. I become a mountain that becomes immovable. We have to stay focused on what we want, not what we're afraid of. Yeah, stay focused on peace and light and love and chocolate chip cookies. Yeah, especially the chocolate. You need to get some of them chocolate chip Larimar bars. It's not the same at all. How about some chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream? Ice cream. I know what you need. Dolly, you need some of that. Like you had over the weekend, some of that frozen Cookie Monster custard. Yeah, sounds good to me. So anyway, let's see. Crystals that will help us. Since these cards were hard for me to shuffle, I went ahead and pulled the crystal card. Because the crystal card that we got basically is this guy. But it's only the green part. This is a rainbow fluorite. You don't want to drop this on your toe. It'll break your toe. And we don't want to talk about broken feet. The card that I got is green fluorite. And I love it. It's a beautiful card. Look at this. Look at the flowers. What are the flowers? Bluebirds? Interesting. This card is telling us to ask ourselves, first of all, it's a Mohs hardness of 4. So it's not a really super hard stone. On a 0 of 1 to 10, it's a 4. So it says, when emotions wash over you, green fluorite, I can't hardly read these glasses, I'm sorry. Green fluorite wants to ask, it's asking you to ask that question up at the top. Is it mine? That emotion, is it yours? When emotions go over you, are they yours? When you feel ill or in pain, is it yours? Green fluorite gives the same direction. Get still and ask yourself, is it mine? All of us take on energy from the world around us. That's a piece of being a part of this glorious web of life. One irresistible tendril are always reaching out to us. They aren't always teaching us, they aren't always helping us, but they're always tasking us and sampling us. The boundaries of yourself can get amorphous and blurry as we take on nutrients, emotions, and toxins, pathogens. Sunlight softens all things. Get out in the sun. I'm telling you right now, you don't want to be like me. I'm on prescription vitamin D3 right now because I don't spend enough time in the sun. I fry in the damn sun, especially here. Holy crap. Anyway, green fluorite reminds you to start through the stuff that's increasing. It's cluttering you. Go through that stuff. And as you're going through this stuff, ask yourself, where did it come from? Was it mine or was it someone else's that I took on? And also, if it's not yours, where did it come from? And why did you feel like you needed to take it on? Because it's only knowing the why that you can fully and completely forgive yourself, forgive those involved, and then let it go. Because it's in looking into all of this and asking yourself where it comes from. Even if it's a voice in your head, especially if it's the voice in your head, where is that coming from? If you don't know the answer to that, please, I highly recommend a book. God, I gotta find the cards. I have the cards to go with the book. If I can find, oh yes, The Untethered Soul. I always forget Untethered for some reason, by Mark Singer. Michael Singer. It's Michael Singer. Anyway, it's a good book. You want to know about that voice in your head? Where it is, who it is, where it is, what it comes from. Yeah, the redheads. Exactly. I still have a lot of red in my hair. Um, Mostly going white, but anyway. So, I'm going to pull. I wanted to remind you guys too. Take a break, take a minute here before we start pulling some cards. Hey, Queen Kaylin. Kaylin, it's good to see you, my dear. Welcome. You're always welcome here, sweetheart. With open arms. We're about to finish this. Can you believe it? The video today, it's the 29th day, but the video says it's day 30. Like I told you, Mercury retrograde. By the time I got through with doing 31 videos for this. I was losing track of what day I was on. I'd have to keep counting the cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then there was 32 cards. And I was like, wait a minute, there's 2 cards for the last day. Something is wrong here. Anyway, I wanted to remind you all, Wednesday, 5:30 Pacific time, be here or be square, because we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about this whole challenge and what you thought of it, what you learned from it. Bring your notebooks. I want to hear from you guys. You've been hearing from me every morning. I want to hear what you found out, what you figured out, the exercises, how you worked them, and all that kind of stuff. It's so much fun. It has affected my life in a way that everything I do, I watch what I'm doing. And I never was that way before. I was a go through the motions and get it done kind of girl. Get her done, Katie, get her done. Not anymore. This has been great. It's been awesome. You're Native American and Hispanic. You're going to fit in great in Truth or Consequences. Hey, Nels. Good to see you. Yeah. You're going to fit in great. I think you're going to really like it there. I just have a really, every time I say the name of the town, which I've heard my whole life, because it's such a weird name, Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, I have goosebumps because good things are going to happen for you there. I don't know. I don't know. Especially then when I was talking to the nurse standing in line the other day at the Orthopedic Institute about my foot. And she said, oh, the VA hospital there is beautiful. And she lives in Silver City, New Mexico, which is not very far away from Truth or Consequences. As a matter of fact, I think they both, their town's about the same size. My family I have a cousin who's married into the family cousin who's from Silver City. So she lives in Spokane, Washington now. So anyway. Reuben, I love it. I love it. Dolly has a new member of her family. She has an African gray parrot now that's 30 years old. And when she said, it's Nils, Reuben goes, Nils. Oh, he's cute. That's so funny. Oh my goodness, silly bird. Good to see you here. Well, my card for for us to think about as one of the things, like I was giving you the little bit of a talk about judgment. We're wanting get back on track here. We're wanting to we're thinking about all the trial and stuff that's going on right now, and so many of us we keep saying we want judgment, and we're so impatient for it. And you know what that impatience tells me? That's not judgment you're wanting. You're wanting revenge. You're wanting payback. You're wanting payback for the stress and the hell we've been through the last 10 years. And I'm going to put it as 10 years because it started before. Anyway, um, and you're feeding the beast, not feeding the cause. You're not feeding the righteous, you're feeding the beast. We cannot go into that revenge mode because that puts us as self-righteous. And none of us are worthy of that. Sorry, that is a judgment on my part, but we're human beings. We have flaws. Get off your self-righteous, whatever. Yeah, no fear. This is supposed to be an adventure, this life. It's not a thing that's fear-based. Get out of it. Get out. Fear blocks your chakras. It blocks your energies. You can't move when you're all consumed in fear. And when you're in that mode, you're vulnerable and easy to manipulate. This is why they try to keep us in the fear mode. If you're watching the news and that's all you're seeing is fear, fear, fear. I was watching the special on MSNBC the other night, and they go through and talk about every day what happened in the courtroom, and the majority of the talking heads, including Rachel Maddow, were all talking this horrible if he gets reelected. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And then they got over to Lawrence O'Donnell and he said, well, I'll tell you what right now. I'll tell you the reasons why he's not going to be reelected. And you people have got to stop this. And I was like, woohoo! Lawrence O'Donnell? Yeah. As long as we put out there we're afraid of it, we manifest the thing we're most afraid of. So stop it. Yes, stay away from the news as much as possible. I broke a boundary yesterday. My number one boundary is I try to stay off of YouTube on Sundays because all it is what the notifications that I get are all about politics. And if I watch YouTube, it'll be about Bigfoot. It'll be about Skinwalker Ranch. It'll be about learning how. Oops, that's not the right one. Which one? Where's the gold? Blue will work. Learning how to color. I get it so it shows. That's such a dark blue. Learning how to color those little bits of mirror. That's what I do on Sundays. There you go. You can see the purple in that one. The pink. Oh, I love this one. Let's go over a little bit today. Look at that color. That's supposed to be, the name of that color is deep purple. Looks like magenta to me. I can't wait to make something with that one. Anyway, of my cards, the focus for us today. Yes, for a Manic Monday. Press play, move forward. Even though that road is long and really, really flat. At least it looks that way. I live in the world of dips. You all live in the world of ditches, culverts, bridges. Here, nah, we just drive through it. And it looks like it's a perfectly flat road, but then all of a sudden there'll be a dip in the road. A car will pop up on the road out of nowhere because he came up out of a dip onto the rise. Yeah, when you're on one of we call them dippy roads. When you're on a road with a lot of washes that cross the road, they're just like this. Double lane, do not pass, because cars will literally pop up out of nowhere because, yeah, there was a dip in the road. So move forward. But understand there will be obstacles. And that's okay. They just slow you down. They don't have to stop you. Right? You were in a crystal shop and a piece of rose quartz. You were looking at rose and you reached over a bowl with amethyst and the power of them gave me a headache. Really? That's interesting. What did you do with the rose quartz? How did that feel? That's the love stone. Speaking of, how do we go? The other thing that we have to think about today and this week is forgiveness. Stitch up our broken hearts. We can't move forward until if we keep focusing about what was done or what wasn't done. We can't move forward if we're focused on the past. We're mending. That's why I picked green for the heart and the thread. We're mending our heart. We want to open it up, but first we have to mend the cracks. You can't ever hide or Get rid of the cracks, because that's where the light shines through. It's also where the light gets in when you're in darkness. So, what's the action? First off, for moving forward, we need an action, please. Carnelian did that for you. The one that usually makes my heart like race. There's really all of the stones of the earth. I don't get that. You're going, what are you talking about? Stones of the earth. All of them from the earth. Actually, the one that really gets me going, that I actually have to move it out of my bedroom. I didn't think about that. I've been having a lot of problems sleeping lately because my mind won't slow down. I have moldavite. I have a piece of moldavite, and it shouldn't be in the bedroom anyway. When I have low energy, I try to wear it around my neck because it boosts my energy. But right now, it's a little overpowering. And moldavite is like obsidian. It's a glass that is from a meteorite that hit Czechoslovakia, or the Czech Republic. So, the forward. When you're having issues moving forward, or you're feeling like you're bogged down, find a quiet place and go focus on the collective. Connect with us, with all of us. Yeah, amethyst. I have so many amethyst. It's my birthstones. I got a lot of amethyst. um, but I understand amethyst has a lot of energy, especially if it's really dark. The darker the amethyst, the darker the purple, the more valuable it is too, by the way. African amethyst is way more valuable than Brazilian because it's almost black. It's so dark. But hey, African continent, look at all the valuable gems that come from there. Anyway, access the collective. Come to us. If you're feeling like you're bogged down, come to us. Trust someone else. Reach out to them, because they will help you and come with you through things with unconditional love. This is something that I do. I am a counselor in a way. I'm not trained, I'm not licensed, but I do help people get through hard times in their life, mainly by listening. I have a loving tone and I listen. So you do that for yourself too. Reach out for the collective, knowing that the collective is the ultimate power of unconditional love. And then you'll be able to keep pushing the play button and move forward with what's difficult. Now, healing the heart for forgiveness. We need to talk to our ancestors because they've been where we are. Especially the ancestors that were involved in World War I and World War II. I know in my father's generation, who was World War II, after the war was over, it took a long time for Americans to not have hard feelings towards German people and Japanese people. And that's because we didn't have the understanding then that we have now, that it is not the people we're fighting. It has nothing to do with the people we're fighting. We are all the same. It's the governments and those that want to be in power are who we are fighting, not those that want equality for all. Our ancestors fought for equality for all, to stop this wave and this quote unquote movement. And it's not going to ever surpass unless we let it. The main reason it'll never happen, and the thing that's going to heal our hearts, is unblocking our heart chakras. Open your heart. Don't close it down. If you're all caught up in fear, you're going to have a tendency to want to hermit yourself and shut your heart down, because it hurts when it gets wounded. Oh, that's a good idea. I'm sorry. I was reading the chat. Um, Open your heart. It's your heart chakra. Our ancestors learned to overcome their feelings towards the Japanese and towards the Germans. We too will find that against those that, I don't know about you guys, but as a woman of 66 years old, I feel like I've strived and worked in my whole life only to have it all torn down in just a couple of years. And then during COVID to be told, because of my age, I'd used my usefulness. Didn't matter if I died of COVID. Kind of changes a woman's thinking. You know, I'm that generation that the top of my head's pretty flat. I've hit a lot of glass ceilings. And I was willing to do that for the young ones coming. Now the young ones coming don't understand me because of my attitude, because I've worked so hard for what they have. It's funny. It is funny. But unless we open and keep our hearts open, the first thing that shuts your heart down and blocks your heart chakra is fear and worry. So that brings me to the third word that came to me this morning as I was meditating and listening to Native American music, getting the cards all ready and stuff. The other thing we need to pay attention to this week especially is trust. Get out of the judgment, out for revenge mode, and trust that everything always works out for the best. It doesn't necessarily mean that it happens quickly or that it's painless, but it does always work out for the best. Yeah, I agree, Dolly. It affects your crown chakra. So that's why you get a headache. Well, it depends on where the headache's at, though. Is the headache on the top of your head? Is the headache on the side of your head? Which side or back? Louise Hay has written a book about that. Where your pain is in your body tells you which chakra is blocked and what you need to work on. Yes, yeah. There you go. Got to drink a lot of water. I have family members that get really horrible migraines, and I'm really blessed that's not me. I have other family inherited issues. But I feel for them. First thing she does, go find, when she starts to feel like it's coming on, she'll go and buy the darkest chocolate she can find to eat, because it works with constricting or whatever the blood vessels in your head. And caffeine. She'll go for that caffeine, because caffeine affects the blood vessels in your head. Some people can't do the caffeine because it's going to do the opposite. It's going to make the headache worse. Me, If I drink caffeine and I have a headache, oh, bad news. So, anyway, watch what you eat. Watch what you tell yourself. Treat yourself, since nobody else is going to do it for you. Treat yourself with love and kindness this week. And yeah, if you've got one chakra out of whack, your whole body's out of kilter. Also, start looking at energy. Looking at color as energy. Just saying. You want to fix... Hey, here you go. You want to fix your root chakra? Go out and have Italian food or Mexican food. Something with a lot of tomatoes. Red sauce in it. That'll help. You're balancing out that inner energy with outer energy that is of the same. So, Teresa Levine, my dear, wants a card. And I'm using the Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. I took a course from her last week. It was really good, but I need more, so I'm going to have to take it again. Which is cool, because you can take it as many times as you want. It's free. It's through Hay House, and it's about starting a successful spiritual business, which I'm kind of doing because I want to sell my resin work, and all of that is all oriented to spiritual stuff. So, whoa, okay, we just dropped a card. Teresa Levine. That's interesting. I am seeing, let's get rid of Dolly's message here. I am seeing, you get the To Be Fair card. That's the Justice card. But if you notice on top of her, see, she's got each one of her hands, it's like she is the scales. But up above her, it's an owl. This card is telling me, it's also an 11 card. Master number card. This card is telling me that to be fair to yourself, Teresa, and your endeavors and what you're doing, you need to make sure that you are balanced in your personal life as well. And understand that you have the wisdom for the abilities that are coming for you, that is going to be shown to you that you have, that you don't know you have. And that's going to help you balance some of the decisions that you're making right now. She's sitting on a pile of gold. So understand that your foundation is strong. And your ability to balance is strong. It's just a matter of listening to the wisdom that is innate in you, and understanding that white collar around her neck is telling you, always look straight ahead, always look up, and stop looking down. Since it's an 11 card, it's a new beginnings card. You've got an opportunity out there that you are balancing, and you're judging, and you're trying to figure out what to do with. And this card is telling you, you have the wisdom to figure this out. Trust your gut on this. Don't look down, keep looking up, and keep going forward. Does that make sense? Yeah, you hate it when things aren't fair, and you'd rather lose that. Yeah, you'd rather lose than cheat. Me too. I'm the same way. You're welcome, my love. You're so very welcome. I love to hear that people have opportunities out there knocking on their shoulder going, are you listening? Oh, I love it. I love it. So exciting. We did that once with Jenny. And now Jenny's going to Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. Oh, Dolly gets a card next. Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. It's a nice place. There's hot springs there too. It's not very far from Las Vegas, New Mexico. I can remember as a kid, I was like, Las Vegas, New Mexico. What? No, it's not anything like the one in Nevada. Oh. Okay, Miss Dolly needs a card. Ooh, here's one. Okay. Hmm. Get the Yang card. As in yin and yang. This is a number one card. Talk about opportunity card. You got a new beginning. You got lots of new beginnings. And it has nothing to do with Reuben. Something's coming forward for you that whether you want to do it or not is completely in your hands. And it's up to you. Something's coming that you don't know about. Ooh. So when you pray and you meditate today, do it with open hands instead of closed. And when you come out of your meditation, look at your hands. You'll have a vision. And it may be something that might feel like it's opposite of what you've known before. Yin and yang. But all those stars, look at them. Look at that golden light. And it's orange. It's your favorite color. It's saying you've got a wonderful opportunity here. But how you take it and how it works for you is all a matter of your discernment, your judgment, and your trust. And you may be asked to dive in and go in head first without all the details that you're used to having to make a proper decision. And you're going to have to trust your gut. My goodness. Hmm. You're wide open to opportunity. Yeah, you are. I mean, you're even at the, yeah, you are number one, Dolly. Yeah, this is, that's the first time I've pulled this card out of this deck, and I use this deck a lot. This deck was a gift, and I go through a roller coaster with it. It's kind of interesting. Sometimes it's like, no, get away from me. I will not shuffle. Cards won't separate, and then other times they fall all over the place, jumping out and everything. So, yeah, that sounds interesting. I know you're going to be involved a lot in the medical field in the coming months. And I'm hearing it's connected. I got goosebumps on it. I got goosebumps on that. Miss Jenny. give you a card. Okay, Jenny. What does Jenny need to know? As you're going into this new location for work, this card is giving you a warning. It's telling you all that glitters is not gold. But yet at the same time, don't be afraid of the gold. Interesting. You're going to come across, yeah, because that's VA. You're going to come across two-faced people. That's what I see with the masks. And you're going to need to look around them to see the joy and the light. And you will have no problems with that as long as you focus on the patients. Not the administrative. It's the two-faced mask people are in the administrative end. And your patients are going to love you. They are the foundation of gold. That golden light. See the face up there? See that face? That's a peaceful face. Forget about the two-faced ones. They won't touch you. You are doing what is right. You're doing your calling. You're following what Spirit told you to do. And this may be a time, it's going to be a time for all of us, y'all, of questioning what we call familiar. That's why we have to work better and closer as a collective, so we can be there for each other when the two-faced ones come out. That's what we're here for. We're here for support. We love you. Life loves you. Let's do this together. You don't have to do it by yourself. But I see that face in the background in all that loving glow. That is a completely peaceful face back there. So use that as your constant, beautiful Jenny, when you have a patient with an issue that's hard, or an administrator. I'm going to say this is throughout your whole company you work for. You have administrators that have two-faced and they're not who they say they are. Focus on this face. Bring this face back up in your memory. Use that as your constant to calm you, to give you the be still moment that you're going to need to make some decisions. My goodness. You guys are powerful. I tell you. You got things coming in for you that are going to blow your mind. It's so exciting. Fatima. Beautiful lady. I love your, I'm really going to miss getting comments from you guys every day. Fatima and her beautiful blessings every morning. Because I know she really means that. And so it's so special to me. What do we have for a card for our beautiful lady? Ooh, it's a master number card too. Interesting. You have the thinker card. You find yourself being in your head a lot lately, my dear. You're doing a lot of thinking. You're not alone. We're all working out stuff from our past. Oh, lovely. I got pigment all over my card. We're all working out stuff from our past, and we're all trying to plan our future. The thing is, we get so busy involved in the past and the future that they almost become one, and we forget about now. As you're doing your thinking, think about now. When you find your be still and quiet place, and where you might want to do some plans, you don't have to. You don't feel it, you're not feeling the feels. You don't have to make any plans because life is what happens when you're making plans. You've already made a contract for this. And the fact that it's a 4 is the manifestation card. You don't need to worry about what you're thinking about. She's on a concrete wall and she's looking at another one that she can see over the top of. She's in a little bit of woe is me because her head is down. But look how far she's come. She doesn't have much farther to go. So this is telling you not to worry about what you're thinking about because you have a solid foundation. You have a solid foundation in spirit. Spirit loves you, and you know that. So lift your head up, walk proud, with your heart wide open. Which, beautiful woman, I know you do that. You do that so well. I feel you. I feel you every morning. And like I said, I'm going to miss you guys and your comments every day. It's been fun. It's been really awesome. I got to think of another thing, another series we can do together. uh, just know that your foundation is holding you up. Whatever that obstacle that you're thinking about, it isn't as bad as you think it is. It's in your head. It'll all work itself out. And if feel like you're feeling a little overwhelmed in figuring it out, that's okay. You're not alone. A lot of us are feeling really, really overwhelmed. A lot of us. Heck, most of us. Um, yeah. And when I'm feeling overwhelmed, you know what I do? Nothing. I find something mindless to do. I go find a Math 3 game or something to play. You guys wouldn't believe I got pigment on this finger. Back here. I got, I'm always saying if I get near this bottle, I get it all over me. You should have seen it this morning when I was setting all this up. Yeah. It's all cleared off too, and I'm handling it like it's very breakable. Because I can't go near the dang thing without getting it all over me. I had it on the back side of my finger back here. That's why I had a black mark that went all across my face. I was like, oh, this is a great way to start the day. I should have gone live that way. It would have been great. I'd give you guys something to laugh about. Oh, I couldn't believe it. It was so funny. Anyway, you're welcome, Jenny. I love you. Oh, yeah. It was just perfect. Just perfect. And look at my other hand. I had it on my other hand, too. What I had been doing was like plugging in the camera into my laptop, and I had that bottle underneath the laptop, and I hadn't wiped off the top. I just barely touched it with my finger. And that's all it took. Oh, you guys. I thank you so much for coming today. This has been a really good one. I have a therapist's message for y'all. And I always pull it easy because it's a hard deck to shuffle. So I just pulled it. I pulled it for us, for all of us. It's okay to just float along. It's okay to just be. So if this is too manic of a Monday for you, just be. Just breathe. You're welcome. It's pretty silly. Just breathe. Just be. You could be me and put black all over your face just before you go live. Think about that beautiful face, that gorgeous glowing face, all of you. I know that message was for Jenny, but that gorgeous glowing face is for all of you when you're feeling out of it, you're feeling overwhelmed, like you just can't. I need a nap. First off, go take a damn nap. Second of all, if you can. Second of all, think of that face. Focus on that peaceful look of that woman's face. I think I shuffled that back in already. Oh, that's a cool card. What I pulled. Here's our spirit. Yes, spirit, I hear you loud and clear. And I'm going to send you out of here with a message from spirit that says that there's no peace like home. Where do you go to recharge? To do the sanctuary thing? Me. It's home. Every time I'm out and about, all I can think about is home. What I need to do when I get home. That's a nice feeling, isn't it? I love it. And our nighttime message says, from the mindfulness card, there is so much everything that nothing is hidden quite nicely. I love that. There is so much everything that nothing is hidden quite nicely. Take a deep breath in. Shift your awareness to the silence between sounds and rest in that awareness. Who said that? I can't. The writing is always so light on this. That's why. I'm going to put it up there and see if you guys can read it, because I cannot pronounce that name and I'm not even going to try. But each one of these quotes are from someone who's relatively famous somewhere. But I like that. There is so much everything that nothing is hidden so nicely. And I don't know about you, but that's where I go that's what I look for when I go home. Nothing. The quiet and nothing. And I'm hearing a lot of that right now. It's really quiet in my house, which makes me wonder, what are the cats up to? What are they into? You guys take care of each other. Watch Dolly tomorrow morning. She'll be there at 8. She'll be right here propping you up. Wednesday, 5:30. We're going to do our live stream about the 31-day mindfulness challenge. Dolly will be back on Thursday, 8 o'clock in the morning Central Time. Well, Pacific Time for me, it's 8 o'clock. And Sonia Rain Lee is off for 2 weeks. And so one of you guys want to go live on it Friday for a fill-in? Or, we do need people on Wednesday mornings, Saturday, and Sunday. You want to put the word out. The happy coffee morning people we want somebody every day in the morning to help keep our light shining nice and bright as we start our day. I love you guys. You take care of each other. And, don't let the talking heads get to you. Picture yourself on the beach Yeah, not in the Grand Canyon, but on the beach, having a great time. And we'll see you next time. Bye bye.